Okay, parents, this is the storyboard section that your child will have to complete in order to complete a section of the coursework. I'm going to explain to you very briefly, and you can then let them know if you're working with them how to complete the drawings. So the first thing they need to have done is go to the bottom of their coursework that they presently have, and they then need to add the title Storyboard. The next thing that they need to do is explain to me that they were contacted by the Year 11 company and that their next task is to create a storyboard to be approved by the company. They cannot copy any of this information here. They just need to explain to me in their own words how they've been contacted by the company and what they need to do. And what they need to do is to create a storyboard, and it needs to be approved by the company. They then need to tell me the different sections that they need to include in the storyboard, which will be the schedule section, the about us section, and the other sections that are there. The next task that they need to do is they would need to explain to me that they will have to create the original storyboard drawings, and then they will make any improvements that are required. So they will have to write this. So they need to tell me that the company wants them to create drawings of the interactive presentation, and then they need to take those drawings, show to them, and then if there are any improvements, they need to come back and then make those improvements. For this particular task, they need to explain to me that they need to make sure that the storyboard has a clear house style. When I say house style, all that means is that the slides need to be the same color, the images need to be the same size, and the logos, if they have any, needs to be in the same space. They also need to explain that the presentation needs to be accessible to the general public. For the next section, they need to explain to me that the first thing they're going to do is develop a main screen. When they have a main screen, they then need to have an introduction on the main screen about what the presentation is about. For the second screen, they need to develop a how-to guide, and the how-to guide will inform people how to walk through or use the presentation. For the next section, they need to explain to me that they're going to develop the About Us section, the Schedule section, the Music section, and a Podcast section. All of these needs to be explained to me what's going to be in those particular sections. This slide right here also tells them what's supposed to be on the first screen. So they need to have an image and a title representing the About Us section, the Schedule section, the Music section, and the Podcast section. Remember that all the drawings must be annotated. Okay, one example that I'm showing here of what an annotated drawing looks like. So here they have completed the drawing, and then they need to actually draw the lines from the annotated drawing saying what it is. They will also then need to come back and explain each drawing that they have done. They will also need to print screen those drawings and paste them inside of their document and then explain each one.